Hey guys, I'm RozaldVaneGAME and welcome to another Let's Play on the channel. Again, this is a video series that will be during the time that I am transitioning out of here. This is to keep you guys occupied for a little bit of time. But this is probably another mini-series that I am working on alongside another game that you might be seeing on the channel as I am uploading them or releasing them at whatever time it comes out on. Currently, this is a game called The Beginner's Guide. This is a game developed by the same people who made Stanley Parable. I did not play Stanley Parable, but I've seen lots and lots of videos of it from different YouTubers, and I've watched a few streams about it as well, where people were like trying to figure out like all these alternative endings of the game and all that, and try to get all the achievements. I don't know if this game is going to be the same thing in a similar fashion or form with The Beginner's Guide, but we'll see about that. Anyways, let's get into the game. Enough of me talking. I turned up everything up to the highest like setting, so make sure your audio's on. Yeah, my audio is definitely on. I'm listening to it right now. Alright, I know the controls. Those are so simple. Those are pretty simple. Alright.
Hi there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide.
Okay.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable.
Yes.
And while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Alrighty.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I can tell.
You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
That's interesting.
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this?
Yeah.
This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Oh, okay.
So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
What?
And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since.
Aww.
And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again.
Nice.
And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda.
Alright.
So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com.
Sounds like spammy stuff.
Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed.
Alrighty.
This first one was made in November 2008.
I like this. So far, it's like a introduction to something that I myself have not, like, it's something important to me as well, because it teaches me how a developer would understand or feel in terms of game making. Whoa! This thing just turned from 0 to 100 out of nowhere.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Not this way. That way's blocked off by some random rocks, which I don't know why. Oh, I can shoot at those things, but there's no sound effects. It's missing some sound effects. Whoa, where am I heading? Okay, there we go. Is this... Okay, there we go. We go this way. What? What? I'm confused. Are they both gonna leave the same way?
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development.
Really?
For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere.
Yeah.
But then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh, really?
But ultimately we don't
I
really
ran
know.
out.
Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Oh, really? Oh.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
I ran out of
I
ammo.
love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
There's literally a bottom down there. Thank God he took notice of that. Alright. Bam. Bam bam.
Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it.
Really?
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh, really? Oh. Aw, I wanted to explore that.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting.
Really?
The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Interesting. Oh.
Hey,
Whoa.
you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
So you want me to jump into it?
For all of our lives. Would you do it? Could you give yourself?
I'm guessing its its purpose is that I had to really actually jump in there. Alright, let's jump in.
Let me pause here for a second.
Alright.
What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere.
Really?
And this is what happens instead.
Oh, okay. Oh, so technically, the main developer of this game fixes that bug for us in the sense of dying, but now we die and this time the bug is different. Oh. Oh. What? this bug. Oh, we can see the whole labyrinth. And we can see the whole
beam
outline.
causes you to start floating.
Nice.
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Alright, November 2008. Oh! This is his first game. The past was behind her. Oh, this sounds like... It makes me think about March, because I had played March on the channel. I'll probably put an annotation to it eventually in the end. But literally that reminds me of what this is.
So try walking backwards.
Oh, I can't walk forward either.
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Nice. That's an interesting concept. And the music goes backward too. I noticed the music actually plays backwards as I walk backwards. That means I'm moonwalking away in the room. I'm moonwalking away. Oh, but the feature could not be seen. So it's a short and
relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Alright. Now what? What do I do now? I mean, I can't walk forward, so... But the feature could not be seen. Why does the feature keep changing? So what do you expect me to do now? Just sit here and go backwards in circles and loop, moonwalk away in the world and never see the light again? I don't know. Oh, there's another room right there. I didn't see that. I was about to miss that room. Alright, let's see what else. Is there anything in the back of us? Oh, yep. Yeah, it does kind of remind me of March a little bit. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Got it. Oh, I see. Oh, but if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends.
Ah.
Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
He cracked his voice there. Oh, what? Now what is this? It's just a black box of nothing here. Oh, never mind. I'm the big vision of light. You are now entering Slendy's Forest. Sorry, I didn't mean to mean. I don't mean. Oh.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and
Okay.
I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
I will be patient. I will be patient, definitely. December 2008. Nonsense in
Oftentimes,
nearly
Coda
every
would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Yeah. Whoa! This is amazing.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it.
Yeah.
Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him.
Oh.
And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
For me, if I was in Coda's, if I was in Coda's shoes, well, I mean, right now I'm guessing like right now I'm learning the ways, I guess, through developing. Well, I dramatically just slowed down. What the heck? Oh, now I'm not even.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens.
Really?
So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all?
Yeah.
Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, as a developer, if you stop a project, doesn't mean it's actually dead in general sense. Well, I mean, if there's money involved, of course, you got to think that it is dead because there's always going to have resources that kind of come down upon it, I guess, in a sense. But, you know, if it's like a mini project that's not really that big and it's not like meant to have any sort of reason, I guess, behind it, like there's no like true purpose, I guess, you can just go back into it and just keep developing it. I mean, I've met somebody who'd actually done that, which I'll talk about soon. Stand on an X staring at a bear for 3 hours. A game only posts. Oh god, there's so many thoughts and sentences around here. A normal game where you have to scream into a mic.
Warm and nice.
You are a
and
gate.
filled with little ideas for games.
Press U to surrender. Sharks are trying to eat you simultaneously. You're trying to eat the sharks. You construct a wall. The wall is
Coda
destroyed.
would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Wow, these words are floating to your faces too. It's like weird. Press U to surrender. Can I press U? Oh, I can. I can press U to surrender. Ready, set, fish. I'm guessing a fishing game? Alright. Whoa. This is like a Half-Life modded kind of game. Interesting. Yeah, I think most of these games that the developer's showing us is like Half-Life modish kind of game. Like they're like all Half-Life-y kind of thing. They really feel like they're like made from the Half-Life engine.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle.
Really?
Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Alrighty. I'm probably gonna fail real hard, but we'll see. Oh shoot. That is really... Is this really a puzzle? Let's go where the stream is coming. No, that's a dead end right there. No, nothing. Maybe there might be a flashlight. I don't know. Or maybe there might be another switch somewhere else here. Yeah. Oh wow, I don't even understand. What is going on? I can't even do anything. What? Do I have to find a thing? Did I just get stuck on something? I think I got stuck for some reason. For like a minute there. I don't see where the puzzle comes from. Oh man, I'm terrible at these puzzle games usually. So what? Is the radius of the... Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was right. I was like, I need to close it.
Because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Really?
We're going to see it a lot.
I wonder what those 3 dots are for. Maybe level 3? I don't even know. This door is automatically open to us, I guess?
So that seems to be it, right?
No?
You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough.
Alright.
Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Really? What the hell? Holy crap. What? What's going
How about
on?
that? There was
Yeah.
more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game since they essentially convey the opposite idea.
Yeah.
So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or
Yeah.
even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Maybe to be... I don't know. Wait. The audio. Because I heard that the... Okay, yeah, because the master volume is weird. Like, I don't know. I want to change down the music because music was overbearing against the guy's voice a little bit. Alright, we're back into this level again. You are now exiting.
Aha! So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
I see. Yeah, like it's like a precursor. I'm getting the Great and Lovely Descent. Okay. Whoa. We're in control? Yeah, we are. I feel like those opening scenes or the first few games are kind of like a precursor of what he's really truly trying to get at, which is picking up on ideas, I guess. I feel like that's a pretty good idea. Like that's a pretty, I don't know, it's like a pretty crazy concept at the same time. Alright, let's see, what's this restaurant thing?
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
Alrighty.
Every
please.
video game runs on what's called an engine, which
Yeah.
determines what the game can and cannot do.
True.
So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
A streetwise fool.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly.
True.
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors.
Yeah.
That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
The toilet doesn't make any sound.
The
There's no
tools
sink.
available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Whoa! I was about to jump off. This is very scary. Oh. Roar. Jump down. But yeah, I mean, Source is not the best engine around right now. Or, I mean, well, it's one of the okay engines to use to kind of start off an idea sort of thing. I'm not saying Source is bad. I mean, Half-Life 1 and 2 have been made by Source or through Source. I think Portal 1 and 2 also made from Source, I think. I'm not sure 100%. Even though I know Valve is trying to create like more Source engine stuff like that, I guess. I'm assuming, considering that there's a reason why Valve hasn't been, I guess, making other things like Half-Life 3 and stuff. Maybe because they're trying to upgrade their engines ever so slowly at the moment. Probably, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I'm dead. Oh. I guess dropping down was not very problematic. Okay, there's an invisible wall or something. There's a window, yeah, this glass window. What is this on the floor? Oh, he's not gonna let me in there? Yeah, it's not gonna let me in to grab that thing. Alright. Ooh. That is an interesting linear road here. Oh man, this journey, I can't just like stop here. Well, I'm gonna have to take a break here for now because, oh, we're in chapter 7, down. To March 2009. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna stop here for now, because I know this is a small series in a sense that it will also be in parts as well. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at 20-minute averages for most of these parts for now. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys haven't. Hope to see you guys in the next part of Another Video Minds. Hope you guys have a great, amazing day, good night, or whenever watching this. And that'll be it for me today. In the next part, we'll continue on to this chapter and see what this has to offer and what kind of idea was presented here, in a sense, I guess. But other than that, Roz, out. Oh, there we go. I got it. Oh, the guy's still. Oh my God, what happened? Raping for the last moments of his life. That's so stupid.